I'm so thankful to get a chance here to share. Truly, I feel humbled. If I'm being honest, probably a little inadequate. There are so many of you out here that are absolutely crushing it, but when the opportunity was presented, you have to say yes to it. And so hopefully you can find some value here. Similar to last year, I actually do not have slides. I just find it easier for me to go here, but it will be recorded if you need to go back to anything. And so anyway, let's go ahead and get started. It is wild to see how much this has grown over the last couple of years. I do think, Eli, the next location might be filling Allegiant Stadium across the street, if you want to go ahead and start booking that now. I've got 30 minutes, so let's dive in. I want to be as practical as possible. First off, Eli, thank you. Because of you and the team, I was able to move to a brand new state with my family. We are living on a single income from this business. It's allowed my wife to be at home with our boys. It's literally been life-changing, so thank you. And to this community, all of you, thank you. You all make me better. Every text message, every voice memo, every late night Instagram message, it matters. Building a business can be isolating, but having a network of people who get it and are doing it has just made all the difference. So appreciate all of your help along the way and all the encouragement. To my family, just thank you for trusting me. You've heard every high and every low. You've been on this wild roller coaster ride with me, and I'm just so thankful for your support. Love you guys so much. I'd like to bring some perspective to this conversation to share where we are as a company. Our first shoot in Northeast Florida was March 27th, 2023. Our top month in 2023 was 16,000. In 2024, our top month was 33,000. And this year so far, our top month was 58,000. Now, thanks. At this point, we have 6 trained photographers, 4 virtual assistants. I'm not shooting. I'm also not reviewing any of the media that goes out. We've worked with over 500 clients and completed more than 2,000 shoots, and that's all in 2 years and 8 months. So just to show you what is possible has been incredible. So thank you again, REPP. This industry has been wildly powerful, gives you a chance to grow fast with relatively low startup costs, as long as you are consistent and intentional. So here's a bit of a roadmap of what we will cover today. First, we're going to talk about the IG method, the Instagram method, how quality personal conversations have helped us get started, and how using the IG method, how we're using it now. We're also going to talk about how one Instagram message led to a referral and turned into a preferred media partnership with 500 plus agents. Our preferred media partnerships, we're going to talk about that too, how we've structured them and how they have worked for us so far. And then we're also going to talk about our transition to auto HDR. We're going to talk about the workflow that keeps our quality high and our turnaround fast. And if time allows, I'll wrap up with some quick reflections of what went well this past year and some goals that we're setting for 2026. You'll hear 2 words a lot throughout this talk: favor and feedback. I genuinely believe that these 2 words can unlock growth in any business. When you ask for a favor, people want to help, as long as the ask isn't crazy, but like, Tim, can I ask you a favor? Like, you lean in and you want to be there. And so think about that, how you can use that in your business. It's the same thing with feedback. It kind of brings down the walls of the conversation that you're having. It makes it a little bit less salesy. You'll hear how I've used that idea. But Adam, can I ask you some feedback on my business? I would assume that your answer is yes. Everyone wants to help. Everyone has an opinion, and you're inviting them in to give an opinion on your business. And so I just think about that, and we'll see how that plays out over this speech. But again, the power of asking for a favor and asking for feedback. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into the Instagram method. This is the single strategy that helped me go from 0 connections in a new market to a preferred partnership with over 500 agents. And for those watching online who may not know, the IG method is the recommended client acquisition model taught by Eli and REPP. It is the process of finding realtors in your market on Instagram. Then you follow them, you engage with their content, and you're personally messaging them with a free shoot offer. The goal is that you get your foot in the door, And the realtor can see the quality of your work and experience your customer service. So you get a shot of earning their future business and building your brand. The IG method is simple. It's built on consistency, authenticity, real connection, and a value-first approach. So when you're just starting your business, you're kind of asking for a favor, right? You are asking if you can shoot one of their very hard-earned listings. That's a favor. Somebody that's coming in brand new. You're positioning yourself not as a hire, but you're positioning yourself as a helper looking to help. So you're leading with value with this free shoot offer. You're not leading with some sort of pitch. I think a mistake some new real estate photography companies make is they start saying, we have started a photography. Well, who's we? It's likely you. And so to lean into it being an individual, or if it's a husband-wife team, lean into it's just you two. People want to help, and they want to invest in your personal story. So be small, be human, and share your story. People want to help someone who's humble and worth rooting for, and people want to do business with people, not businesses. So ask for a favor, share your story, and authentic beats polished every time. So let's see how it played out for me. Over 6 weeks, I sent 364 personalized video messages and personalized direct messages on Instagram. Of that 364, nearly 50% responded. I think that's just an absolutely insane number, particularly for something that is free to do. Of those 364 that were sent, 1 in 10 said yes to the free shoot offer. I think that number is just insane. Again, so I don't have the mass quantity, but I do feel like we had very good quality that led to a great conversion rate. So here's just a sample of the message that I sent, and this is more of like the text. Some of you are probably very aware of this, but for those of you in the room that maybe the Instagram method, you've heard it this weekend, but you're not quite sure. This is an example of the text that we sent. Hey, Vlad, sent you a video, but figured I'd also send a text with info as well. My name is Scott Golmick, and my family moved from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to St. John's, Florida a few weeks ago. We're excited to live here, and I'm excited to bring my real estate photography business to the area. I wanted to reach out and offer you a free photo shoot for your next listing. It'd be no strings attached or anything, just a way that you could test out my work risk-free, see the value that I could help bring to your future listings. Is this free photography shoot something that you'd be interested in for your next listing? And here's why it worked. It was a personal introduction with family context. I think people wanted to invest. They know a little bit more about us. If your story is not starting in a new market, it could be, man, I was born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I'm trying to get out of the corporate world. I want to start my own business, and so that's your story. Whatever your story is, give them that line, something that they can cheer you on for and come along and help you with. There's a clear value proposition. This is free. Do you want free photos? And it's no pressure. There's no scam here. Do you want the free photos or not? Are you interested in this free offer? It makes it silly to say no. So there have been a lot of yeses to this offer, but my favorite is the guy who just casually followed up last week. 2 years, 3 months after the initial offer, he said, hey, I'd like to take you up on the offer. We are absolutely honoring that free shoot. I will take that trade all day, a chance to earn lifetime business, and so that one just came in last week. When I was starting in 2023, I started booking out a little bit too far between free shoots, and then once some paid shoots started coming in, so I thought I'd be really cool and adjust the offer. Let's go to 50%. That didn't work. I wonder if we could just do a dollar amount and make that work. That didn't work either. I did not have success with anything but the free shoot offer. It delivered the most results. So by saying I just moved here, and I'd be happy to shoot a listing for free so you can see the quality of my work, this is the law of reciprocity, a principle that suggests that you feel obligated to return favors that you've received. Now, know my heart here. That's not a malicious way that I'm going to do this so that you do this for me, but I think it's a true thing. If somebody gives you something, gives you a gift, you're likely going to feel like I want to give something back to them. And that to me is why the free shoot offer works and why the Instagram method works. no pressure, no strings attached. And then this is an example of the video message. It's a little bit similar to the text, but for me, what worked was the personalized message. And so let's see the pressure of 400 people in a room, if I can still do it. This is a couple years ago that I was doing the personalized messages, but it was something like this. Let's see here. Tyler. Hold on. Tyler, I just want to reach out and introduce myself. My name's Scott Golmick. My family just moved from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, back down here to St. John's, Florida. Man, we're excited to live here and bring my real estate photography business to the area. I'll be holding it like this. I wanted to reach out and offer you a complimentary photo shoot for your next listing. That way you could see the quality of my work, and that way you could, I could build my portfolio. If that's something that you're interested in, would you let me know? Thanks so much. Have a great day. But by saying Tyler and not just recording one, I think that there was something there mentally that people felt engaged. Like, did he just make a personalized video? Did he spend the time to do that? Sorry for fumbling through that. It's been a couple years. But the idea is once you have it, once it took 50 reps to get there and nail it, it didn't take that long to record a personalized message on Instagram, send off that text, and see the results start coming in. And it works. Yes, it absolutely works. When I was just starting the Instagram method, we were just doing it to any realtor in Northeast Florida. I'd follow them, I'd add them to my spreadsheet, and then send them that personalized video and message. So I'd highly recommend personalized video messages if you're just starting, or if you're at a point where your team and your systems are in place. There was a tipping point where I felt like the demand business made me fall behind in personalized messages. So there was a small season where there was no IG method happening, until we got to a point where it was like, we have to be doing something. So we did do the pre-recorded one that just got sent out. We didn't have the same results. So I do think that personalized can really help you to grow. And so now that we're at 40,000, kind of on average per month, we are back to doing personalized messages. And so our VAs know that anyone that follows us that is not a current client, that is a realtor in Northeast Florida, they put it in my Slack channel, I get the notification, I get my phone out, I record a message saying, thanks for the follow, love to introduce myself, something like I had just done, and then we send it off. So we are still doing the IG method now to this day, and that will be part of our business for a long time. It works for newer agents who are tight on a budget. It's a gift to them as they get started in their career. And it works for experienced agents because it gives them a reason and a chance to risk-free try somebody else and see what you got. So again, it makes saying no feel silly. The goal wasn't to sell initially. The goal was to build trust by asking for a favor and doing them a favor. So let's talk about some big picture takeaways. One, give before you get. And two, I love this line, I heard it from Eli, best known photographer beats best photographer. And by doing the IG method, showing up with a personalized video in their account, people are gonna remember who you are. This isn't an ego thing of being the best known photographer, it's business. Do people know that you exist and that your services exist? And this is just another way that you can do that. And then when you focus on relationships and not just reach, growth follows. Let's rapid fire through some questions here. When do you start the IG method? If you're brand new, this is once you have 9 posts at least on your Instagram profile. This is with your face, you're smiling, there's an introduction of you. If you have a pet, family, let people know a little bit about your story. That's certainly on that grid. There should be a photo of you with the equipment doing something. There should be examples of the work that you have. Build out that first, just so that if you start sending a message and people click on your profile, like, who is this Emmaus guy? Then they're gonna see some stuff and not just a blank IG profile. How do you find the agents? Local hashtags, so we could search Jacksonville Realtors, St. Augustine Realtors. The only people that are gonna use that hashtag are Jacksonville Realtors and St. Augustine Realtors. And so you click it, you find them, you follow them, you hope that they follow you back. I think early on, I just sent messages to everybody. At this point, we are trying to follow anyone that we haven't followed yet, but at this point, we're just sending messages at this point of our business to anyone that follows us back. And anybody that has followed our account that is not a client in Northeast Florida, they have a video message from me with that offer. How do you choose who to message? I think you could spend too much time trying to figure out, should I send this client a message or not? Should I send this one? it's decision fatigue. Just go. Just send them as fast as you can, high quality, starting with a smile, so that you can get out there and get in front of as many agents as possible. You never know. That agent, if you look them up and have 0 shoots, they could be the one that becomes the all-star that year, or you don't know that they're married to the broker and they don't have any sales in their name, but it is a massive opportunity. So I don't think you need to sift through them. I think you just need to cast a wide net and get in front of as many people as possible. Best way to follow up if they don't respond, I think that you can follow up when the timing is right. You could add something to the offer that doesn't add a whole lot of expense to you. That could be a floor plan. Maybe you wanted to add drone photos. Just something, another reason to get in front of people. Is it better to use a personal or a business account? I think early on, as long as it's your face and people can relate to you, again, people want to do business with people, not businesses. As long as it's you, then great. At some point, I don't know if this was right or wrong, it became, I don't want to be the face of our company anymore because I want people to hire our team. And so if you go to Instagram now, I'm at Scott Golmick and at the Real Estateographers. You'll see our Real Estateographers is a logo. It's our logo. So it's not my face now, but if you're just starting, absolutely get your face on it so that people can connect with you right away. What should your first free shoot include? I think as much as people want. You can offer photos. I think my first free shoot, I did Twilight photos, video, drone, floor plan, and photos. It gave me a rep on everything, and it gave me a portfolio that I could use on everything. So you can be the judge of that. Right now, we offer $215, similar to Tyler. That's our 25 photo shoot and a floor plan. But early on, if you're just starting, give it all away because they're going to get to see more services, and you are going to have more in your portfolio. How many DMs should you be sending a day? Probably pick a number, 10. I'd rather you be consistent instead of trying to do 70 one day and do 0 the next day. Pick a number and just be consistent with it. Realistic timeline for momentum, probably 2 to 3 months. There was a time after about a month and a half where I felt like I wasn't seeing success from it, but about another month later, it really started to pay off. And so stick with it, probably 2 to 3 months. How do you balance free work and paid work? That's only something that you can answer. I would take as much free as you can. That's going to get you to grow as fast as you can. But certainly, when somebody wants to pay you, you better be available so they can do that too. So that's something that you're going to have to balance and figure out. So now we use it. I told you a little bit how our VAs do that on Instagram, and then let me know in Slack. That's the IG method. Being consistent, being real, leading with value, and never underestimating what one genuine personalized message can do. The fun part about the IG method is you never know which seed will grow. One of those 364 messages sent in March of 2023 led to one free shoot. That shoot led to a repeat client. She then referred us to another agent who became a very loyal customer. Little did I know that that agent is the top producer of one of the largest brokerages in Northeast Florida. She's the type of person that when she speaks, people listen. So that single DM traced back to March of 2023 has opened the door to a preferred media partnership with 500 plus agents. So let's transition out of the IG method and what these preferred partnerships have looked like for us this year. Basically, taking the examples of the IG method and then trying to scale it. After the REPP conference last year, I left with one big goal, land a broker deal. I was inspired by Todd and the top-down approach that he's done at WOW Video Tours. I wanted to take that concept, marry it to the IG method, and create an option that would work if the brokerage was not going to pay for listing media for their agents. So I took the same principles from the IG method, lead with value, not a pitch, and then I scaled them up. I'm excited to share that this July and August, we secured our first 2 broker partnerships. And honestly, I think it was the exact right time for us to pursue it. Yeah, thanks. By that point, we were 2+ years in. Our 6 photographers were fully trained. We were doing $35,000 to $40,000 in revenue consistently. Our systems were in place, and we could handle additional volume. So only then did it really make sense for me to feel like we could go after it. I didn't start by asking a brokerage for a deal. I started by asking for feedback. So I reached out to one broker, and I said, Todd, hope you're doing well. Is it possible to get on your schedule for a call or coffee? Our team has grown and would love your insight on some ideas I have for our company. So it's not a pitch, so I'm just saying, I have some ideas. Would you be willing to meet for a coffee? That single shift changed everything, and all he had to do was give me his opinion and his feedback. We met for coffee, I shared my vision, and he gave great feedback. Instead of me going into that meeting pitching him, at the end of the meeting, he said, you know what? This sounds really good. I'd actually like you to build a proposal for us. And so it just switched. It was his idea for this broker partnership. So I built out a framework of kind of like a universal preferred media partnership, and then I used that proposal to ask other brokers. So I built it here for this broker. I have something. And I reached out to other brokerages, and I said, hey, we're ready to take the next step in our business. We have an opportunity to pitch a brokerage. I'm actually wondering, would you be willing to give me some feedback on what we've put together for this brokerage? They look at it. And then they come back and they say, hey, this is pretty good. We're actually interested in learning more about this. And so again, it wasn't my idea. They took ownership of it, and it was their idea. So again, feedback really worked. Both of those brokerages came back and said that they would like to do it. So the main goal wasn't more short-term revenue. It was brand positioning and a long-term play to increase market share, because the best-known photographer beats the best photographer. So when a broker or executive team personally refers and promotes your company to their agents, it just hits different. Agents listen and trust their leadership. So the Florida market has definitely slowed down and reset in 2025, but while our revenue is great compared to last year, it wasn't quite what we wanted this year. But while things were seemingly slow or plateaued with revenue, we've stayed laser focused on increasing market share. And these partnerships are helping us do exactly that. My wife used to work for a major insurance company, and that's actually where this idea came from. So with Aflac as an agent, you know the duck, your value proposition is approaching the business decision maker and sharing how they can increase their employee benefits package without costing the business any money. So if the business simply agreed to offer Aflac, their employees would be eligible for a cheaper group rate that's not otherwise available. And that Aflac agent would then have the access to all employees, assisting with their benefits enrollment. I don't want to bore you with the insurance, but this is where the idea came from. The business owner is the hero, and it costs them nothing. And it created an opportunity for the Aflac agent to sit face-to-face with every employee of that business and share the benefits of Aflac, kind of a slam dunk offer. So think of this as the preferred media partnership like Aflac's model. No cost to the employer, but huge value to the employees. We borrowed that same structure for real estate media and started using it, phrases that we hadn't used before. Brokerage value without brokerage expense. So now it's a recruiting and a retention tool to have us on board. We're going to get access to new agent orientation. We now receive agent rosters and weekly onboarding termination lists. We are the only real estate media company invited to in-office events, sales meetings, and workshops. And this is all with that top-down relationship approach. So key phrases that really moved the needle whenever we shared this idea with the brokerages: we want to be your in-house media team without you incurring the cost of having an in-house media team. Another one: we want to help your agents save money without you having to spend a dime. We want agents to think that we're on staff because we're so deeply integrated into your culture through workshops, events, and everyday presence. Those lines stuck, and they reframed us from vendor to partner. Here's what the actual proposal included: preferred partner pricing, 20% off all of our services on our order form. They are very large brokerages, so I felt comfortable with that discount. Please also know, this may not be right for everybody. Maybe I'm off on some of these numbers, but this is just a framework. If it works for you, maybe you can mold it to however you prefer. We also, kind of like the IG method, we put $200 credit automatically added to each agent's Spiro account. So we got the company roster and pre-built each agent's account in Spiro, got that list from the brokerage, uploaded it to Spiro. Our VA went in and manually added credits to each agent so that whenever we announced this partnership, I got to go into the office, talk about the partnership, the beauty of the value because their brokerage is offering this, the value they receive as the agent, and I say, you know what, let's go ahead and log in right now if you get your phone out. And they just type in their phone number, they're logging into Spiro, they're seeing their pre-made account. I'm now showing them how to check invoices and see there's $200. It's already sitting there for you to use. You can use this on your next listing, or if you've got an existing listing that's stale and you want to use it for that, great. For me, any opportunity that we can get in to show them the quality of our work and get an opportunity to share our customer experience with them is what we're going to do. I had to kind of work through, man, that's a lot of $200 credits. You know, we have a 500 agent partnership and a 250 agent partnership. But my thought process was, if I'm willing to do this on Instagram, I'm willing to do this here. The same thing applies. And so for me, I'm willing to take that investment. I mean, it was pretty considerable. We had $7,000 worth of credits that went out this past month. However, man, our new client numbers are going through the roof. So again, it's the law of reciprocity, giving them so much that they feel like they want to use you. We're also doing new agent headshots. This is fun. It gets us face-to-face with new agents on day one. So every Tuesday, I'm meeting the newest agents at this brokerage. I'm face-to-face with them. And before they head up the elevator for their first day of work, they get to see me. I get to go up, make them feel comfortable, take some headshots of them. I also get to introduce what's available to them in this preferred partnership. So they're excited and congratulating them on joining this brokerage. They go upstairs to then start training. And so to get that opportunity to be in front of these new agents who may not be new to real estate, they might have been recruited from somewhere else, and they're ready to get their listings and start using us. Now, they go upstairs in the elevator for training, and part of their training is how they can access our order form on their intranet. So they log in as agents for all the other resources, and they get to see our order form on there as well. So far, so good. A couple other things that we're offering: quarterly mini branding shoots, just making it available, and then if agents want to come, they can do that. In-office workshops. These are things that I want to do anyway. I want to be in front of these agents at these meetings, and so we put that as part of the package. All we asked for was an initial introductory email and exclusive promotion within their brokerage. So it's not just a pitch, it's a relationship plan that has built brand recognition quickly. So just like the IG method, this all came back to the same principle: lead with value. Make it personal outreach. We are all offering the free shoot in the form of preloaded credits. We're introducing this partnership and its values in front of agents at their sales meetings with influence coming from their kind of broker manager at that office. In one of our brokerages, I made personalized Loom videos for each agent, sharing the value available to them with this partnership, how they can log in to place an order, how they can pay their invoice with the credit. So we asked the brokerage for feedback. It turned our idea into their idea, and this helped us, our business, go from helping agents to partnering with brokerages. Here's the early results. We're only a few months into these partnerships, but the early numbers are strong. We had been averaging 15 new clients monthly, but these partnerships, in September, we gained 33 new clients. In October, we added 41 new clients, and we're on pace to similar numbers here in November. Also, in regard to market share, despite way fewer listings, new listings in Northeast Florida, our total shoot numbers are going up, and our market share has increased significantly. So it's definitely an investment initially with these credits, these kind of free shoots, but I think the investment will pay off long term with increased market share and brand awareness in very large brokerages. Just to clarify, I would take Todd's broker pay setup over this all day, every day. I would pursue broker pay first. If that's not an option, maybe this is an idea that you can use and see if you can get into a broker to start building those relationships and be in front of their agents. Todd mentioned that last year, 20% penetration in year one is the baseline of a successful broker deal. If that holds true, these will be, 2 partnerships alone will equal 150 new clients this year. Time will tell, but the foundation feels solid. All right, speaking of time, let's talk about one company that has helped me save a lot of time and money. Last year, the night before the REPP conference, I found myself in a small group conversation here in Vegas, and I met this guy named Matt. He ran a real estate media company in Nantucket, doing over $100,000 a month with an average order value of over $1,000. He mentioned he was building and testing this AI photo editing system. This guy was Matt, that we all now know, the founder of Auto HDR. Now, to think Auto HDR didn't really even exist last November, and in less than a year, they've completely disrupted the market, and are now platinum sponsors of REPP 2025 is absolutely insane. So congrats, Matt, to you and your team for developing and delivering at lightning speed. We made the switch to Auto HDR in February and have since delivered 1,000 listings using it. Auto HDR is impressive, but honestly, Matt is even more impressive. I've never met someone so excited to get bad feedback because he wanted to make the product better as fast as possible. I mean, what an awesome example for all of us to follow. They've built something that I believe has and will continue to become industry standard. It's opened the door for same-day delivery and to be a realistic norm in our industry. Beauty of AI, there's no human fatigue, no inconsistency. Every day it learns and improves, and today is the worst Auto HDR will ever be, and it's already pretty darn good. With our previous editors, we were paying 85 cents an image and waiting around 12 hours for delivery. Now it's 45 cents an image and 30 minutes turnaround. The Dropbox and Spiro integration is incredible and seamless. We've done the A/B testing and the feedback has been overwhelmingly positive. We recently shot a $14 million house for an agent, and it was the personal home of the top interior designer in Northeast Florida. The realtor and homeowner loved the photos. They said it looked like a magazine, and they were all edited by Auto HDR. For those using Auto HDR or considering the switch, I've been asked this before, so I want to share. Here's how we've currently structured our workflow. We shoot 5 brackets, 2EV, JPEG. Our photographers shoot in walkthrough order. If not possible, they reorder and rename an Adobe Bridge before uploading to Dropbox for that Dropbox Auto HDR, Dropbox Spiro pipeline. We have 2 QC VAs, Quality Control Virtual Assistants. We have an evening QC VA who handles all edit requests that came in during business hours and ensures all media is uploaded by our photographers. If anything is missing, they're reaching out in Slack or OpenPhone. This evening QC VA sends notes to our video editors, submits Twilight or virtual stage requests, and reviews Auto HDR and edits and finalizes them before ending the shift. If he needs to, he checks raw photo counts to check for missing photos or similar angles that might be duplicated, and checking raw photos to make sure that the wall color is correct, which it's doing a very, very good job of. The goal is to avoid that morning scramble, tracking down missing files or set up our morning QCVA for smooth delivery. Our morning QCVA reviews all finalized media, completes delivery in Spiro before noon, fulfills any Zillow showcase and MLS upload requests, ensures everything meets our internal quality standard, and both QCVAs have real estate editing backgrounds, which has made this transition incredibly smooth. The bigger picture, in my opinion, AI editing isn't replacing jobs, it's just redefining roles. I think traditional editing teams are evolving into QC specialists for companies like ours, who oversee, refine, and maintain consistency with AI outputs. I am slowly running out of time, but if it's okay, I would love to kind of plow through. I've spent a lot of time on this. Is that okay with you guys? All right. I don't want to take up too much time, but I do want to try and share this. I think that there's a lot of value. Maintaining quality at scale. For a long time, I personally reviewed every project before delivery, and then I also filmed Loom reviews for our photographers. But as volume increased, I wasn't doing it. Started to just become impossible with a daily schedule. So we promoted one of our photographers to a senior photographer whose main focus, in addition to shooting, is training in weekly quality reviews. She's looking at every shoot for me. This led us to a 3-tier quality control system. The first step, it has to make it through our QCVA. They should catch 99% of the issues. From there, our photographers are instructed to review all of their shoots from the previous day within 24 hours of that delivery mark. So really 24 to 36 hours of that being delivered, they're now reviewing. So if there was something that the QCVA didn't even know existed, they're catching it. The third step is, if it gets by our photographer in QCVA, now we have our senior photographer in place who's kind of catching everything else and making sure that we're not only maintaining quality, but we're increasing our quality and getting 1% better every day. Okay, that's Auto HDR. Here's some rapid fire wins I wanted to share with you. At this point, we've talked about the IG method, the preferred media partnership, and the Auto HDR workflow. With time left, I want to just kind of go through these lists. I'm not sure the legality of this. I think that there's probably a lot of people that might be scared to do this, but I sent a text message to every top agent in Northeast Florida. I want to preface this with, I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not. I used my personal cell phone. I sent out one at a time. It wasn't some sort of mass text machine, and it was a very personal introduction. There was no link. There was no anything else. I just wanted to introduce myself, and there's ever an opportunity to work together, would love to. Had some very good responses. It actually led to some TV interview. I'm still not sure how that happened, but that happened through a text message, meeting with a vice president of a company through that text message. We got shoots from that. It was just another opportunity to get in front of agents. Again, I don't want to promote that as to do it, but just constantly thinking, how can I get in front of agents? We did a prepay and save option. Last Black Friday, I think Brad, if he's here, and a couple others, Mike has done this, and it has worked out really well for us. Last year, we made $8,000 by putting together some sort of, if you're willing to pay, let's make it up, $2,000, I'd be willing to put $500 additional credit on your account. I just send the invoice through Stripe. We put all of those credits onto Spiro, and they just earned $500 credit. For us, it's cash flow, and that helps going into a slow season. For them, they get to maximize their budget. So again, it's just something to consider. Like Tyler, we do sponsorship trades all the time. I really don't think that we're gonna pay for a sponsorship at any sort of event, but I'll be happy to take the photos of them and deliver them in exchange for sponsorship. So very similar. I think it's just another way to be the best known photographer in your area. We send text messages to agents that haven't booked in 90 days, something like, hey, I just wanted to check in, see how you're doing. Is there anything that we can do better to serve or help your business? Would love to work together again. Something just simple, reaching out. You're not asking, why'd you use the other guy? How can we better serve you? For 5-star reviews, proud to say we just got our 151st 5-star review. We don't have anything less than a 5-star, which is kind of crazy. At some point, somebody's got to give us something less so we can break the streak. But what works is we ask for a favor, we set a goal and give a deadline. Hey, could you do me a quick favor? There's that word again. My goal is to have 155-star reviews by the end of the month. If you had a 5-star experience with us, would you be willing to take a minute and leave a review? If we know that an agent did not have a great experience, we absolutely do not send that to them, but we have that list and make sure that we're sending it to people that had great experiences. I got an office this year, which was very helpful. Working at home is great, but it started to feel the tension of home life and work life. There was a remote brokerage that has an empty office. I reached out and asked. I pay $550 a month, and it allows me to have a space to go to work and then drive home after work. So maybe something to consider. You have a partnership with some sort of brokerage. Maybe it's a place to go, and if you do have kids at home or something, it might be helpful. Team Slack, Colleen raised a red flag on me. She's like, how are you not using Team Slack yet? That was a game changer for us, that I didn't have to communicate VAs to photographers. I no longer have gear on me. I literally can't shoot anymore. If somebody requests me, I'll say, Mike's available. I'll come with Mike so that we can help cut down on shoot time, but I'm not shooting anymore, which has been a huge win. Let's see here. Two or three things here, and then we'll wrap it up. We pulled a report from Spiro. Any shoot that we had done that was 45 days ago to 120 days ago, had our VA go through there and look at each address. If it was still active, then we would send a text message to them and say, hey, I saw 123 Banana Street is still active. Hold on, I have it's somewhere in that mess. 123 Banana Street, wanted to see if you'd be interested in doing some sort of market refresh on that. If you are, let me know. And I mean, who wouldn't want to do some sort of market refresh on that? Because they want to get that listing sold. And so it's just another opportunity to get in front of your agents. I feel like that's kind of the goal here. Any reason that you can get in front of the agent is best case scenario. We recently started uploading photos and media to the MLS. That's new this year that they offer that in our Northeast Florida MLS. We do that. It's been fantastic. If that is an opportunity in your MLS, it's super easy for our VA who's already taking care of all the photos to also upload it, and agents have really liked that. All right. Before I wrap up and share a few goals I'm setting for 2026, I do want to take a second and say my business has not just been rainbows and butterflies. It has been tough. Figuring out hiring and managing, dealing with disappointed clients, not hitting goals, comparing my business with others, walking the profit tightrope with revenue and expenses, all the late nights, early mornings, fires you put out daily, fixing broken systems, it's hard. This weekend, you're going to hear a lot of wins, but just know behind every win, we have all experienced the lows as well. I don't want you walking away feeling overwhelmed, feeling discouraged, or feeling unequipped. Man, I've been high, and man, I've been low. You are not alone. So make sure to connect with someone here at REPP. If you're in coaching, lean on your coach, lean on the other students, because you can work through this. We've all been there before. To me, one of the biggest values of coaching was sharing my problem, which in the moment felt like the biggest fire in the world, and having coaches stay calm, provide a solution, and that we could jump over that hurdle very quickly. So this is an amazing community. So many are willing to help. Speak up and ask for help. There we go. Goals for 2026. We're going to focus on sales. We're going to scale big time. We've got systems in place, team in place. We have capacity. We're going to grow by focusing on sales. I'm going to insulate myself at $50,000 a month that I don't have to be the first responder. This is something from Eli, and this is going to be a goal for me. Our goal is $700,000 revenue, dialed in on profit. We're not only caring about revenue, we want to make sure that we have great margins, sustainability, and clarity on every dollar. I want better balance at home, building a business that gives me more time with my family, not less. I want a 1-month leave like everyone else, like Tim and Colleen. And I want to consider same-day photo delivery with auto HDR now that that's even an option. So I know we've covered a lot in a short, well, it wasn't really a short amount of time. I appreciate the time. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. Again, it's at Scott Golmick and at The Real Estateographers. Hope this presentation was helpful to you. As a reminder, go all in on the IG method. Make it personal. Think about how you can create leverage with a preferred media partnership by leading with value. Consider making the switch to auto HDR and have systems in place to make sure that your quality is maintained while you scale. Come up with reasons to get in front of agents and stay top of mind. Filter decisions through the lens of, will this help me be the best known photographer in the area? Finally, don't forget about the power of asking for a favor and asking for feedback. Ask a realtor on IG for a favor and see if you can shoot an upcoming listing at no cost for them so you can build your portfolio. Ask clients for a favor, see if they'll leave you a 5-star review. Ask for feedback, just like Matt with Auto HDR. This is something we're doing now, telling agents that we want negative feedback. We would rather know and fix it and then not know and an agent leaves for somebody else. This level of transparency has been very well received, and thankfully that negative feedback has been minimal, and when it does come in, has been addressed. Build a preferred media partnership that makes sense for you, and you can ask a broker for feedback on your ideas. People want to help you, and people have opinions, so make things personal by asking for a favor and asking for feedback. That being said, I have a favor to ask. If we get a chance to connect here in Vegas or on Instagram, would you give me some feedback on my business and what I can be doing better? Thank you so much. Appreciate it, guys.